everyone, and welcome to a special live stream. I don't normally go live on Wednesday nights, so I apologize if I'm stepping on other people's toes with their live streams. But I wanted to have this special stream because I'm going to be going out of town over the weekend, and then I'm not normally going to do a live stream on Sunday because that is the Prepper Movie Club with the Apartment Prepper. So y'all watch the movie that we're supposed to watch and do that, all that good stuff. Um, and so this stream is going to feature. Oh, I pointed right. So we have Michelle, a Mitten Prepper veteran, with us tonight.
I'm not. Hi,
So we want to
Seabass.
thank
Hi,
you all.
Connie. Love
Yeah.
you.
So we want to thank you all for being here. It's please share this stream, invite some friends. Share it on your socials. This is going to be up. The replay, obviously, everything's going to be up. I'm not taking anything down. So we have Uncle Al here tonight, and we have Lori's Thrifty Kitchen. Glenn Anderson, thank you for being here, all y'all. Let's see, who else do we have? I'm scrolling. I know I saw some other people pop on. And we have Michelle.
Yeah. Yes,
We
I
have
am here.
LG. Yeah,
I
we
am
have
here.
LG in the house tonight. And thank you
Hello.
for
Hi,
being
Uncle
here. Sea
Al.
Bass, thank you for being
Mayonnaise.
here. Who's your
Oh.
prepping?
Hi, Katie.
Yay. Oh, is that
There's been so many people that have gotten in touch with me.
Oh, good. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Nene's
Even just
here.
to give some supporting, things to say. It's just been really nice. I really appreciate it, everybody.
Oh, good. I love this community. I love this community. Hearts from Seabass.
Yes.
Yeah. The Virginia Bushcrafter, Double D Homestead, Rita, Katie. Oh, you probably already saw that. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
scrolling from the top. Lily Dot. Thank you for being here. I think I got caught up on that part. So, thank you all. Thank you all for getting in touch with Michelle. Um,
Yes.
the prayers, and I'm sure the encouragement, words of encouragement, comments on live streams, comments on her videos, all of that is
Yeah.
encouraging. I'm sure, and she can speak for herself. um,
No, no, I'm at a loss for words sometimes, obviously.
aw.
I just don't know what to say anymore sometimes, but
Yeah, after looking at your videos, I could see why you just would like, I have nothing left to say.
yeah, it's been a challenge for sure. I was in a rush to get over there because I actually got confirmation from the exterminator that was supposed to have shown up last Saturday, this the past weekend. When they did not show up, that was when it was really heartbreaking for me.
Ugh.
But I did get confirmation from them today. And I also had a call from the manager of the location that is sending out the exterminator for tomorrow's appointment in the morning between 10 a.m. and 12 noon. Hopefully, it'll be earlier in the morning, just so that I can get it out of my way so that, I can kind of just
Kind of get
be a
going.
little more being that it's getting started. And I'm very thankful that it's getting started. Yes, Seabass, I know.
Yay. Yay. That's good. Wow,
Yeah.
that's one of the things that, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No,
I'll
well,
just keep blabbing.
oh no, yeah, you blab all you want. This is all about you. So so what
Me, and that's the thing that I am. I like everybody else. I'm the one that's the giver. I like to give
yeah.
to others. That's why I took my break today and, and shared it with y'all, whoever watched it anyhow.
Yeah, I loved that because that's sometimes that just makes you feel better. It takes your focus off um our your woes and stuff, and just remembering like what you said in your video. There are other people that have needs. Some people have it worse than we do, and not,
Mm-hmm.
but just giving and giving of time or talents,
Yes.
prayers, just being there sometimes will actually help you. It's a
Mm-hmm.
healing for your soul, and it sounds like that did a good job for you today.
Yeah, it was definitely something that I needed to do because I've not been able to take the time that I usually would to do all the things that I do. I don't share a lot of things that I do on my page. I share some of them, but it was nice to get a letter in the mail, a thank you letter, because I do donate usually thousands of dollars per year for a local organization. It's Rainbow Connection, which some people have heard of it.
Oh, yeah.
I know they're not just in Michigan, but it's our local um, fundraising that they help families have a vacation or whatever they want to do together with someone with a life-threatening illness in their family, whether it's an adult or a child. So every year for the past few years, I have donated. I used to make gift baskets when my hands were able to.
Mhm.
And it was so great to see that something I put together could raise almost $1,000 for someone to be able to spend really good quality time and make memories with someone who may not be with them shortly. We never know
Right.
that we don't know. It's his timing, not ours.
Yep.
So that it was nice to get that letter of thank you because I did that right before I was closing on my house. I did it last minute to help in need, and
Mhm.
I'm always the go-to person who comes up
Oh,
with the last minute things that they need. So um, it was nice to get in the mail from them, and that was helpful. But that I just
sorry.
things happen. What can you do? And I'm sorry, I probably will be coughing as well a little bit here and there because of I did decontaminate myself, as I call it, because I had to go over there and do some things and move things around to prepare for the person coming tomorrow. So my body is a little sore. I'm on my heating pad. Thankfully, you can't see
Oh,
it, but
oh.
yes, I did. I'm on my heating pad and
Mhm.
all the other things. And yeah, so I am going to be sore tomorrow, of course, but
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. It's worth it to me to know that I can get this process started, and I am very ready for it. I am, and today was a nice break. It was a hard thing to see because knowing the world, the way things are for the families that used to, like I've always donated to the free fridge and the pantry and stuff downtown. But it's there's less and less families that are able to contribute now because
Right.
whatever situations they have, we don't know. I don't know. It's just I've been when I posted on our community page asking for help to try and find someone to come and get all the things that had to be torn out of my home that I can't
Mhm.
live in.
Yeah.
Um, they just kept telling me to contact different organizations. It's like, well, these organizations are usually ones I donate to, not ask for help from.
That's hard,
But
isn't
so
it?
that is something. Yeah, that's well, I just ask in general if there were anybody, even I was willing to pay. I wasn't asking for free help. I was willing to pay
Oh.
whoever was able to come and get the
Mhm.
things away so that it was one less thing. Hey, Cynthia Biggs, I see you. Prepping by Faith. Hi to you too.
Yep. Hey.
Um, so it's a lot of people will say, contact the veterans people or whatever. Well, I'm not veteran enough, and if people did not see my video from long ago, the house I lost out on in the summer was because my 8 years of service, I did not have enough active duty time. I did not serve during wartime active duty during my 8 years, and I didn't have enough hours in per their stipulations. So basically, I was told I'm not veteran enough to qualify for a VA loan, which is why I lost out on a house with a gorgeous
Mm.
yard and all the things that I had worked so hard for.
So that was one of the
And I
questions I
used
wanted.
the inspector.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, yeah, go ahead.
Well, that was one of the questions that you just brought up something that's been on my mind. How are you not veteran
Mhm.
enough? Okay, so you just said that you were they base it on time, like hours or activity or something that you
Yes,
okay.
they have what I call. I have I won't even say it because it's not nice, but it's just
We're all sassy here,
a
sister, okay?
I am. Oh, I've said so many sassy things, it's not even funny. Like, unsassy, I'm probably a lot worse than that, but,
Mhm.
um, I don't know. I never thought that me joining at 17 years old and still in high school, serving my entire contract of 8 years, and getting an honorable discharge, even though I was in the reserves, I still worked my weekends here in Michigan or whatever state I was in. I worked and helped and served and took care of the families of all branches at the Selfridge Air National Guard bases where I served here. So I helped families medically in all ways and shapes and forms. I worked in OBGYN, I worked in emergency, I worked in the pharmacy, I did everything under the sun. And pretty much a combat medic is similar to a nurse practitioner. The
Okay,
only thing I did not do was prescribe anything, and that was what the actual MD who worked there did. Otherwise, I did everything else. So,
okay.
but that's what I did for 8 years. And, it was very hard to have them after all the things that I've done and the fact that I now cannot work any of my careers, medical or dental or anything. It is very hard to hear that I was not veteran enough. I didn't have enough time per their however they figured the math out. I don't even know how they figure it out. I said, obviously, my weekends, I worked, you know, 8 hours a day, 2 days on my weekends. I made
Mhm.
less money than I could at my dental career. So I was losing money by working for my military career instead of my dental. So yeah, I
Okay,
just don't
okay.
understand it. It's really difficult but I'll never qualify for anything veteran. No VA disability. Everybody asks if I get did I pay cash? Well, I saved and I'm a saver. If you watch any of my things, I'd love to save money. Prepping nurse, I see you. Um, I have scrimped and saved since I became disabled, especially was my 100% motivation to become 100% debt free, which I did. And I also made sure that I was saving every single penny that I could because I wanted to have a home of our own.
Yeah,
When I became disabled, I could not be alone. I could not have my own home. And I have went through the very long process of healing all the mental and physical, well, I can't heal all my physical disabilities, but all the things that were keeping it from me being alone with my daughter. I had a life threatening, or part of it is life threatening for me, where I can have something happen to me and my airway closes and I can suffocate,
wow.
for which my daughter does not know anything about how to call 911 or help mom.
Mhm.
I could be for days and she wouldn't know, even though she is able enough to do some of the things that she does now, but still,
Mhm.
um, if it weren't for my best friend Mark moving to this particular place in our city for us to be in the district my daughter needed for her school, we would be living in my vehicle pretty much.
Okay. Wow.
And we've been here for almost 5 years.
Wow.
And
So,
he
did
is the
you
reason I'm still alive, actually, because there's
Oh,
many times I would have not been here if he were not here.
wow.
Yeah, I would have suffocated to death. So,
Wow. Thank
yes.
you,
So,
Mark.
yes.
Thank
So
you.
he is our family, and I
Yes.
adopted his mom. Well, we've known each other since we were kids, and my mother, who passed away 12 years ago now, my mother and his parents were friends when we were kids as well. So, but yeah, I don't
So
know.
you so you didn't get a loan. Or did you have a
I have
loan
a
but you didn't?
partial. I
Okay,
saved up a lot of money. Actually, right now, I'm kicking myself in the pants because I did put extra money down than what they required because I
yeah,
wanted my payment to be lower because
right.
I know how the world is. I've been preparing for over 35 years, you know,
Wow,
pretty
yeah,
much shortly after I was in the military. I had to do things out of necessity. And so I have always made sure that I have things on hand.
yeah.
Couldn't be a helper if there was no helpless. Yes, that's
The
true.
peace, yeah,
True.
don't
Very
feel
true,
bad for
Lily.
asking for help because it lets
Yes.
others have a chance to be the helper or
Yeah, and
be
well,
a
yep,
blessing to
I'm not
you.
one that is like that though. I am the
I
one that
know.
likes to that's why I was a nurse first.
Yep.
I was a nurse first and then I became I worked in the dental field 31 years until I could no longer work. And I still now I am a giver. I want to help
Yes.
others. I
Mhm.
don't ask for things. I just don't. I just love to
It's
give.
hard. Yeah.
I'm a giver. Whether I
It's
have it or not, you can have it.
well, I'm gonna say speaking of that, since we're kinda on this is Michelle's this is a Give, Send, Go page. There's a link down in the description box of the video. Um, and this is the, Give, Send, Go campaign that we set up, for her. And, hang on, let me see if I can get over here to it. Yeah. So look, Michelle's already, received $120. Yay!
Well, the very first person I must say is someone that we met randomly on Facebook because of some similar things that we were interested in and various
Okay,
people that we
okay.
were interested in. And we have known him. He has known about my daughter, especially since when we were going through major healing things in her life. And that's been a long time ago. So he has known us for, gosh, I want to say 12 years now. My daughter is 18. So it's been a long time.
Wow.
And
Mhm.
he still has no internet service and things. Their home was damaged in Florida. They are
Oh,
Yes, they're in Florida, but he doesn't have internet and things, and so he managed. Obviously, he must have went somewhere and managed to donate. He was the very first person. He's always been a person who's been there to send things to my daughter for her birthday, her graduation, Christmas time, whatever it is. And so he is like our family as well. And we've never met in person.
oh my gosh, that's
Ever.
awesome.
Never, ever.
Oh,
And,
that's awesome.
yes, him and his wife are just the most beautiful, blessed people, and they are blessings to other people as well.
Oh,
So, yeah, we
so
love
here
them.
so here y'all guys, yeah, if y'all click on the link, and you can share this, as you can see down here, there's where it says give, there's share, and there's praying.
I'll take
You
all.
can
I actually prayers and sharing it is even fine with me. I'm a praying person as well. So,
yeah, and I know that's probably a lot of encouragement to have those prayers.
oh,
Um,
oh yes. Trust me.
I
Trust
I
me,
am
yes.
sure. And so these are ways that you can help. You can actually, when you click on the pray, you can write, an encouraging message, like it says. Do you actually receive these? Because I don't think I've seen any. Do they go
I
to
have
you?
not received one yet. And
That's
usually I might, I don't know. I've not used this. I've never had the only fundraising that I've ever had done for us is when I became totally disabled and had
okay.
to, because I started a small business when I became disabled and I still had the use of one hand, which was my dominant hand, my right hand.
Okay.
And so I had a business and I did wood burning and crafts and sewing and you name it, I did it, all the things. And I had a area in a store that I had my company in. But
Oh, okay.
shortly after I started in June and it was a great experience. And then because I've made body products since my daughter was pretty much an infant, almost toddler, I started having to make my own soap and things like that because she couldn't have anything other than
Mm.
all 100% natural, no colors, no additives, no nothing. So my body products I've made almost 18 years. And so I had all those things in a storefront in a mall. And
Cool.
I got to a point, I want to say, oh gosh, it was just a few months after I started noticing I was having problems holding my wood burner. I was burning myself. My hand
Ooh.
was numb. I was burning myself and didn't know it. I have
Oh
some
my
permanent
gosh.
scarring from that. And so there was a lot of different things going on, but I just kind of powered through it because that's how I am. I just, I don't know, some people have higher pain tolerance than others. And I've
Mhm.
been one of those
Yep.
that has been through so many things. I have just been able to I just ignore it and move on and
Yep.
deal with it another day. But when I was to the point where I could physically no longer do any of the things, they had a fundraiser for myself because I was having to stop doing everything that I love to do. And that was extremely difficult for me. But they helped out, even though, I mean, they still continued to support me for a long time after I was not
Mhm.
able to be in the storefront working with the customers. And, I just, I appreciated them very much. That was very hard for me to accept that,
Mhm.
because I'm always the one that likes to give to other
Yep.
people.
Yep.
But
This is
I
the Lord's gonna use this in your life, and
so
in this situation, he's gonna where you're gonna be at a point, or you are at a point where you're gonna need to accept the people that want to help you.
yes,
And it's so hard for the giver to be able to
mhm,
receive. So
yes, and I still today
mhm,
it was on my heart, and I knew I needed to take a break from being in a place that I have even more things to
mm,
remove now from my
mhm,
latest update, and I didn't have you share that video from just the other day. And no, the sellers are not liable, and actually the person that I bought it from has basically, even if I got a judgment against them, they have zero money. So I would have to be responsible for trying to get the funds from them, and it's not worth the time. That's on them. That's their
mhm,
conscience, not mine. And I just have to let that go. That is something that I just got chills, sorry. It's
mhm.
something I just have to let go
Yeah, okay,
because
okay.
the situation was difficult with the whole situation. I was buying the home from a man who he had the title, and it was delayed to close for 2 weeks because the agent told me that the mortgage company didn't they would not accept his identification. And I said, "What does that mean? His identification?" He doesn't have a driver's license or, whatever, and
Mhm,
he
mhm.
obviously did not. And I said, "So does that mean that he is not a US citizen?" And she said, "Yes."
Oh.
And I said, "How does he have a title to a home then?"
Mhm.
And I got really no answer, basically. So pretty much I had to wait for him to transfer it to his daughter's name, who was the person I actually ended up purchasing it from. And that was in that time frame. So, but even still, all things aside, no matter what happened or what people did or whatever, I cannot go against the agent themselves because they have a clause. I already talked to the mortgage company,
The
who's
buyer's agent?
yeah, prepper nurse.
Okay. Yep.
I did contact my mortgage company and let them
Mhm.
know what is going on because I have to pay on the
Yeah. Yep.
I like I said, I wish I would not have put down as much money as I did towards it and
Mhm.
left my payment a little bit higher. I didn't want to have I am a number cruncher. I have a little
Mhm.
accounting
Mhm.
background too, especially being a small business owner. Most of my life, I've always had a small
Right.
business. But I wish I would have kept some of that money back because that could have helped me out a little bit
Right.
in this time
Well,
frame
right, hindsight.
because yeah, and the inspector the himself, unfortunately, this was a person that I used who was recommended by my agent for the house I lost out on because I was not veteran enough.
Okay.
So I used him again for this one specifically because it's a mobile home and I know about mobile homes. I've lived in them numerous times. I know all the things. And he is also a veteran, a 25-year veteran in the Army. So he was, but I expected him to be as detailed
Mhm.
as he was with the house.
So
He was
I had something in one of your either was the video where you were showing about pulling up the carpet. I don't know if that was today's video or yesterday's video, but where you
uh,
pulled up the carpet and saw all the urine, and you said
oh,
that
yes.
your you said so part of your disability, sometimes your sniffer doesn't work and sometimes it
Yes.
does, right? And so you caught the smell.
Correct.
Now I want to know why your agent or your inspector
Yeah.
didn't, if they caught the smell, how, because I mean you should be able to smell that because you smelled it.
Well,
Didn't it
I
smell
happen to
funny to them, and didn't they say anything to you about it?
the agents never say anything. They will never say anything negative because they're making money off a sale.
But they're
And
representing you.
no, they're
Your
not.
agent is anyway. They're supposed to
No,
represent
they
you.
do not. They do not. When it comes to places like this, they do not represent you. They want to make their money and that's it. They want to sell places. That's all. They
Okay, so
don't
if
care.
they knew, if this agent kinda knew something, your agent, and knew
Yep.
something and they were, I don't know, I'm gonna say if they were conspiring, okay? I'm gonna say it.
Mhm.
That's against the law if they know something and they're conspiring with either each other or the buyer's agent or whatever, to sell this house. Whether I don't know, did they know anything about you not being able to smell?
No, they did not know that, of
Okay.
course. I don't divulge all the things about myself, obviously,
Well, no,
but,
I was just
um,
curious. I didn't know
no,
how
yeah,
personal somebody was with
yeah,
you.
well, one of my numerous surgeries, the one that they try to kill me on, basically, um, after that one, I had brain damage, so I lost my sense of smell and taste. So
Wow.
that's part of that,
Okay.
um, but I there's a lot of times where I cannot smell, taste, or whatever. So
Okay.
it's very and it being by myself, obviously, I
Mhm.
cannot always have someone with me to go look at something or whatever. But
Okay.
when I have a real estate agent, that's one thing. Real estate
Mhm.
agents are also insured just like an inspector because if they do something wrong or
Yes.
don't do something right,
Mhm.
then, again, I had issues with that as well because
So
with
may I
that
be like,
sale,
there's like you can't hold them liable for anything, or is it just
you
certain?
can, you
Oh,
can. You have to
okay.
have some good things. Like the issue I had with the house I lost out on because I wasn't veteran enough.
Yeah, for the okay.
The sellers were the children of an elderly couple who passed away. It was an estate sale
Oh,
of a
yes. Okay.
home.
Mhm.
Okay, I already knew I could feel it in my heart that they were looking to make the most money. They did not care how or what they did. They wanted to get as much money as they could from this place they were going to get their money from. So they were very particular on their price and they were way overpriced for the area, but I had all the things and anyhow, I I knew something was up, but
Okay.
once I found out and it was told I was not veteran enough, I had to basically could not get the financing through VA, which was part of the contract that they signed and agreed to, that my offer was pending me receiving the funding for my mortgage from VA.
Okay.
Well, they would not release my deposit back to me. And I had to fight with them
Wow.
and up to it was almost 6 weeks. They refused. They felt that they should be able to keep that money because of their inconvenienced time or whatever they thought it was. But even though it was stated very clearly in the paperwork, they refused to give me my money back, and it was not a small amount of money. It was, a large amount of money. And I had to fight with them, and I actually had called my lawyer the night before to say I said if I have to hire my lawyer to go against these people, I'm going to be suing everybody. And I'm not that
Mhm,
kind of person
mhm.
because
Yeah, I
this
know, we hate to
is a nightmare.
we hate to
That
see
was a
that.
nightmare too. But
Yeah.
it took, but the next morning, I prayed like crazy. The next morning at 7 a.m., my realtor never called me before 10 a.m. because he's younger. So he called me at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I thought, "What is the matter with you? Are you in jail or something? You want me to come get you?" I don't know. And so he called. He was calling me at like 7 or so in the morning, saying that they finally signed off on it because they could not relist their home or sell it until they were out of contract with me.
Oh, okay.
And then they had the gumption to have ask my realtor office for permission to have a copy of the appraisal I paid for. And
This was on the previous house that you
the one I was not veteran enough, yes,
right,
that I
right.
used my inspector on.
Mhm.
And I said, no, they may not have a free copy of the appraisal. They can pay for their own.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I was like, I felt kind of bad for a second, and then I did not for what they put me through for 6 weeks of
Right.
holding on to my money,
Mhm.
being greedy, which I despise greedy people. I don't like
Nobody
greedy.
likes them.
No. So, I would never ever consider doing something like that to someone, and especially someone in my position that I
Mhm.
was trying
Mhm.
to look for other houses and I had no money to put down because they had it. So
Right, right. You needed that
that's a
backup.
but that was that inspection on that home was good because of the things found in the
Mhm.
detail.
Okay.
I was able to get them to come down on the pricing of it because of what my inspector detailed and specifically noted that was
On that
wrong.
house, the previous
Yes.
one? Okay, so, like, on this one, it was the same
This
inspector?
same exact person,
So
but
okay,
it
there's a
it's a
but.
mobile home.
Okay.
But the reason I did use him on this inspection and not someone else is because he happened to mention to me that I told him after the incident with this losing out on the other house, and I was going to have to possibly move into a mobile home to stay in my daughter's district.
Right.
He said, "Well, make sure you get it inspected because I did an inspection for someone and it was infested with cockroaches."
Okay, so
That
this is
is
kind of a
something
known thing.
I
Okay.
will never forget him saying those words because that is why I had him specifically come and do this inspection, and
So
he
what how
totally
do you
missed
think
it.
he missed how do you think he missed that? Is it because did he
He
go under
was
the house? Did he go under the mobile home?
No, he didn't. You don't have to go into the mobile home to find him. I found them in 5 seconds.
Well, okay, so how I think that's the biggest question about that all of us are asking is
Yeah,
how did this guy miss hmm?
cockroaches are not out during the day.
Well, I
It
know that, but the
I was
infestation that you're
always
showing
there. I was always there during the day in bright light with the windows all open. So, they don't voluntarily come out
no, we
unless
know
they
that.
are starving to death, and they were in an area that it was covered up by an appliance or
Right, so they could
appliances where it's
yeah,
warm
right.
and they are comfortable until it's dark where they love it. And
Well, as
my
I understand it, the
expectation, yeah,
okay, sorry, go ahead.
my expectation is that he should have removed the stove out from its position and the refrigerator. Had he done so, he would have seen them because
Right,
I did not move those things out of the way because I assumed that everything was all taken care of by
right.
him.
Well,
But
especially
also
if
there
he said that, like, that these are like, it's a
yes,
known thing to
exactly.
happen,
Yes.
like, he would kinda I would think he would look behind the
Right.
appliance or
And
something,
that is
so
why I had to get mean because he was very willing to send another inspector out when
okay,
he thought I was just going to go after the sellers, knowing that they had a long-term infestation that they did not disclose. But with mobile homes, you do not have a disclosure statement that you have to give. They're
what?
sold as is.
Okay, oh, as
Well,
is, okay, yeah,
as is always.
okay.
So that is one clause, and that is why I cannot go after the agent.
Yeah,
I
as
don't
his home's
know.
kinda
Had it set empty. No, it
like
was not empty. It was lived in by the daughter that I ended up purchasing it from after they transferred the title. So, but basically, he also there was water damage that he noted. That's the other thing that has been really disturbing
yes,
is that
I'm
that
sorry, I'm
there
shaking my fingers at the
yes,
screen.
there is water damage that was noted. There was a pipe
Yeah,
that is in the inspection report that wasn't even connected, and there was water overflowing out of it underneath my master bathroom, which is what I just shown in my recent video, how I had to tear it all apart
yes,
and how rotten and disgusting. And now I have to bring in a mold person, which I can't find one yet. Everybody is so booked and busy with everything. I'm lucky I can even get, well, the person they have doing all the estimates is via back and forth with pictures and, information and phone calls and stuff like that right now until I can get them in person. But at least I'm getting things done. I've actually spoken to a person who represents the inspector because I had to get mean and I didn't
yes,
I had to I don't like having I told him I said, "Please do what I'm asking you to do, which is file a claim with your insurance company. You're licensed
mhm,
and insured for a reason. You made a
right.
very large error, not just one, but numerous
I was
ones."
gonna say,
I
that's a
didn't know the extent of the water damage until I removed all the wood underneath my master bathroom sink. And I showed a picture underneath the stand-up shower, and the
uh-huh,
floor is all rotten underneath there.
yep, saw
So
that.
basically, I'm gonna be in 4 walls,
Sh
carpeting, all everything, all the cabinetry in every bathroom, the entire kitchen, the entire laundry room. Everything is water damaged everywhere, and he missed it big time.
Yeah, the water
That's on him.
damage, I mean, yeah, the
That's
water
why
damage.
roaches are in there.
Huh?
Roaches and
Yeah,
water love each other, or
oh,
they
yeah,
whatever. So, that is how this person really just failed. I think he just yeah, yeah, only when I yes, I know, that's the hard part because you know what is underneath? All they do is sprinkle stuff over top of the carpeting, Seabass, I hear what you're saying.
yeah,
Because of me pulling it up, it's disgusting, of course, number 1, because my nose has worked on and off here and there, um, and it's disgusting, it's gross. Carpeting is not really healthy anyway because if it's new, it's like a new car. New cars are toxic because they give off gases of whatever's in there.
mhm.
Yeah, some
I know
people do
I know that,
conspire about
Lily,
closing
that's what I was
deals.
saying,
Yeah,
as far as nobody can prove it, but that's where you would get a lawyer in there and they would
but
dig,
yeah, but even still,
but
there's
even
a clause,
yeah,
even with the
yeah,
mortgage company, there is a clause that's as is sale, so they cannot even go after because that's their investment as well, which I did talk to my loan people, but there is no way I can have any recourse whatsoever
yeah,
against the agent because
yeah,
they are not, all they do is represent whoever. And there's nobody who would take the case because of that clause being written in there. Just like getting my refund back for my inspection fee. Um,
oh,
the
yeah,
inspector had wanted me to sign some form and it had all
mhm,
these things that I was releasing him of any responsibility of X, Y, and Z. I said, why would you even send this to me? You think I'm crazy? I mean, I might be, but it's like, no, I'm not signing that. I said, I paid you in cash. I said, you did it on a day that you weren't working anyplace else.
mhm,
So I paid you in cash to make it worth your while. And you're going to make me try and sign some form for you to give me the money back. I said, whether I have a case or a claim against you or not, it doesn't matter. It's just how you should do things. So, and I
yeah.
left him a very bad review as well. And I contacted his corporate office. So
Leave his name here, we'll all go leave bad reviews too, we'll light him up.
oh, yeah, well, yeah, mine was bad enough.
Well,
Mine
that's
was
good.
enough. And so I took care of that and I didn't really want to have to go there, but I did.
Mhm,
I had to do it and I did it. But I now at least have a person who is looking into the matter sorry, I gotta turn on my heat on my heating pad. Sorry. Um, I have someone who is looking into things and asking for various documents. I have to I can't do a written statement because I can't write with my hands, but I have to send in a statement of all the things. No, it was not bought sight unseen. I was in there
Yeah.
numerous times,
Right.
but every time I wanted to go in there, I'm sure that they made sure there were bug traps and roach traps or whatever everywhere.
Okay, so come on.
But
Then
I did not see them in the
no, I
places
mean, but
I was
they
looking.
did. Some I
They
mean, if
did
they
the
put them
seller
there, they
did.
knew something.
Well, the person living in there was the person I purchased it from,
Yeah.
who was living there for free from her father, who was not an American citizen. I can't do anything about it. I can't do
I
anything
know.
about that stuff, but
Mhm.
I just leave it on them. I just leave, it's in God's hands, man. It's up to him. Whatever happens to them happens to them. I have to focus on myself and my daughter having a place that is safe and clean and able to be lived in. So that is all I can do now. I can't nitpick on who did what, when, where, or how. I
Yeah.
do know that things are getting in motion. I've never looked forward to having an exterminator in my home ever until now,
Exactly.
because getting
Mhm.
confirmation and a call from the manager and from the person coming over tomorrow themselves, confirming what time they're going to be there, so on and so forth. That is like it's like Christmas morning to me.
Oh gosh.
That is how and but even still, I mean, I know that there's a lot of toxic things in there. The carpeting itself, carpeting harbors bacteria, and it's toxic if it's brand new, especially because of the chemicals that are on it. I've never really liked having carpeting anywhere because of my daughter. When I was dealing with her autism and thing, well, they didn't call her autistic back then, but her severe neurological
Mhm.
disorders, then,
Mhm.
we couldn't be around anything that produced any kind of chemical whatsoever.
Right, right.
So,
Yeah.
basically we didn't have any carpeting in our home at all. So that was
Wow.
lots of
So
things,
what
but
do you, or so you've already answered a lot of the questions
Mhm.
that I kinda wanted to just touch on anyway, but, what kinda help have you received so far? Like, anything like physical help? Anybody anything? Anything?
Sea bass, my
What
love, my friend, she was there the day I closed. She came over and helped me start moving boxes over there.
who was?
Sea bass,
Oh, Seabass. Okay, sorry, sorry.
yes.
Okay.
But it wasn't until the next day when I started, because I was there's some appliances in there that were gross and disgusting and or did not work or were leaking and whatever problems. But I planned on keeping the refrigerator was the one item I was going to keep. So that was one thing. So, but she came over and just we mostly were moving tons of boxes in between her and I, and we were both whooped. I mean, she worked her buns off, and I did as well, just to get some things over there so I could get started. I had all these things gathered from the first house I was to move into, like paint and cabinet paint and all the different things. So those boxes, we just moved them in the back of the house and left them there and started pretty much in the kitchen, which was just cleaning out some cabinets and stuff like that. And, you know, I don't know. It was the next day when I was there and I moved out the stove because I needed to measure the
Mhm,
opening
mhm.
for all the things. And I was like, that was one little sign of some things going on. But then it was when I removed the refrigerator and it was late. It was very late. I pulled an
Oh
all-nighter, a
gosh.
couple dayer, and that is when I filmed that first video. And it was yeah, I'm a lot smarter now. Thanks, Fuzz. Fuzz was my grandpa's nickname. That's why I love
Oh,
Fuzz.
oh, cool.
Yeah, my grandpa was called Fuzz. But yeah,
Mhm.
there is no disclosures when it comes to mobile homes,
So
unfortunately.
mobile homes are okay, so
Yes, they're
that's
considered
I'm
like a car
assuming it's
or a
all the
vehicle.
same.
The
Okay.
title is like a vehicle title.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
there is no lemon law on them because most people, if I bought a place in here, which I could have bought a tiny little poop hole thing somewhere that isn't a part of the area here that I couldn't get out of them fast enough.
Mhm, mhm.
Needless to say, and for me to be a little fearful of something is a lot for for me. But it's for to see. It'd be different if it was a $10,000 place that I paid cash for. I would have no problem knowing that it was going to be a piece of crud, and
Yeah, a little
that
funny
I
there.
do
A
not
little
like lime green fuzz. I'm going to kick your pants if I see you ever. I will kick you in the pants,
Everybody
fuzz.
is gonna send Michelle a lime green
Oh,
something. No, we're not gonna
if
do
I
that.
see
Don't do
lime, I still have some lime green that I can't get out yet. So
Oh,
I'm gonna whoop.
gosh.
Thanks for the reminder, Fuzz. It's all your fault. But so anyhow, if I bought a $10,000 place and paid cash for it, I could have done that, but they were tiny places. And A, my daughter is a young adult now. I am her guardian. She is a young adult and she needs
Oh
her own
gosh.
room. We females, we have one bathroom here to share. If I have to get in the bathroom, I'm the old lady. I need to get in there like yesterday, okay? If I have to go to the bathroom. And if she's in there, what am I gonna do? Go outside? Go out there with dogs? But so it's like, okay, well, and also I've worked really, really hard with healing myself in as many ways as possible. Physically, some things I cannot heal, but mentally, and some of the things that I have struggled with that were so life threatening, I have worked my buns off in all the ways, whether it's saving money, being debt free, or trying to get healed and not have to rely on wearing one of those, emergency buttons on me because my airway closes up,
I was gonna
things
ask
like
you
that.
about that. Do you
That
have
is something I probably will still need to get
Okay.
when I am in a place on my own.
Yeah.
That is fine and dandy. I don't care about that. But the fact that I've gotten to the point at the beginning of this year where I even started considering being in a home, just my daughter and I again,
Yeah.
where the home that we had before that we had to leave and sell, I had to leave and sell that one and move up here because I would not be able to take care of it anymore. Um, you know, she had her own bedroom and her own bathroom. Call Linda. um,
Linda's the Roach Pro.
so she had her own bathroom. I had my own as well. And we had a 2 bedroom, 2 bath. It was a smaller place, but it was totally fine. If I would not have lost the ability to continue working and all the things that I was used to doing, I would have stayed there, obviously. But unfortunately, we could not. So sharing a bathroom, and now we've been here 5 years. So 5 years ago, she was barely, 13.
Yeah.
So it's different now that she is a young adult, and she needs time to take a bath and wash her hair and things. If I need to use the bathroom and she's in there, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
so things like that. And I do see somebody ask me if my perspective on the military
Yeah.
um, was
Oh, yeah.
tainted or anything. You know what? I was pretty ticked off at them because I figured, you know what, you can take off veteran off of my, I get veteran discounts, some things at stores and whatnot. But to me, your 10 or 15% off at a store is not something I really need
Yeah,
or
it's like,
want.
"Gee, thanks." Where you
Yeah.
really need it, is where
But it's
yeah.
like, yeah, it's pretty much, so what? Yeah, you can, yeah, I had a contract with them or whatever, and I signed up saying, yes, I'll pay with my life if needed for my country, which, I was supposed to be overseas during the Gulf War. There were myself and 2 other medics that did not get sent from my unit. Everybody else was overseas. So I was 19 years old and in college working 4 jobs, 4 different
Oh my
dentists
gosh.
and in college. And I was told to make up a power of attorney and a living will at 19 years old because I was going to be shipped out. Because there was myself and 2 other medics out of our whole entire area that the unit I was in that did not have our paperwork done properly for some reason. I have no idea. I think it was God's plan for some reason that I did not go over there because I may have not come back. I don't know. I don't know. All I know
Wow.
is that I, myself, and two others did not go out of all of us medics in my unit. But the ones that did come back, a lot of them are not here, and that is unfortunate. But I agreed on that piece of paper to sign, that says up payment up to my life for my country, and my country has failed me very much
I'm
as
so
far as
sorry.
what I went through because on Gray Man prepping, I mean that was one of the longest live streams that I had. I think we went an hour and a half with him, and that was my very first one. Hey, go big or go home, right? That's what
Yeah,
I told him.
hey.
I tell him all the time. But
Yeah.
I mean, because him and I
Mhm.
both were medics at the time, and he's a couple years behind me. He's younger than me. But I mean, I developed reproductive cancers from being in a chemical battalion at I was 17 years old in basic training. And before I was 19 years old, I already had issues with reproductive cancers and needing surgeries. And they told
Oh,
me in my early 20s, I probably would never have children, which I was getting married then. At that time, I was married and I was not able to have any children, so I wasn't married after that, unfortunately. And then
wow.
surprise, surprise,
Wow.
surprise, in my 30s, I end up pregnant with my daughter. But I probably had 15 or more surgeries, and I refused to have all the surgeries, removing basically everything that made me what I would feel as a woman.
Mhm.
Not everybody feels the same about that. I wanted to keep all the parts I could attached to me.
Sure, yeah, yep,
So,
yeah.
so I became pregnant with my daughter in my 30s, and the reason, God bless me with her, I don't know. He must think I'm the strongest person in the world, I tell you. But I had preterm labor. I had issues with. I thought I was going to thought I was going to lose her very early on, but the only reason I got to keep her is everything I went through from the 18 years old until my 30s. I was scarred shut and she was stuck in there. That's what kept her
Whoa.
in
Oh
until
gosh.
the day she was born. They had to remove scar tissue for me to
Yes.
have her.
Yeah.
They
Wow.
didn't, yeah, after, I wish I would have noticed that before the 18 plus hours went by. And,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah. But that's the only reason I got to have a child is going through all that stuff then. So I just knew that more was to come, but you know what? Take it one day at a time. That's what I do. That's how I
Yes.
roll.
Oh my gosh.
But
Um,
the house thing, I can't really do much about that. I do have a lot of us, thank you, Prepping by Faith, a lot of people praying for me. I appreciate
mhm.
it because trust me, I have conversations with God, long conversations where I'm like, literally, it's like, I don't know if anybody else does it, if it's just me, but it's like I'm having a full on conversation like he's right in front of me.
Mm,
And I do that when I'm over at that house there because there's a lot of times where I'm just like, you know, what what should I expect, or give me a sign of something to do. What am I supposed to do? What was I supposed to do? What should I not have done something? Did I do something wrong? Did I do something that I didn't do in his time? Because I lost out on, I think, 10 or 12 houses. I was overbid on that many houses
oh, yeah, okay.
until the last one that they accepted my offer, and I still
Mhm.
lost out on that one. So I thought, okay, well, the next opportunity that is accepted, that if I thought, okay, well, obviously he doesn't want me to be in these places, or else it would have happened.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, okay, what did I do to get this one?
Mhm.
I was like, okay, is this another challenge for me? Is
Oh
this another test
gosh.
of my faith? And I thought, okay, if that's how it's going to be, it's going to be.
Yeah.
And I just it's very it's not easy though. I'm not saying anything that I'm going through is easy. It's very hard for my daughter to understand as well
Oh, yeah.
because
I think that's the hard part about some of this. I think, you may I don't
yes.
know, we may be able to process and do things, but she
Yeah.
doesn't
The
understand
world is
those.
beautiful for
Yeah.
her. The world
Mhm.
is all about going to
Yep.
school, doing all the things, and
Yeah.
learning the things,
Yeah.
and doing her work experiences, coming home, doing some chores or whatever's on her lists of things that
Mhm.
she's
Yep.
not really she's getting to be a sassy young adult. Sassy is in her. Yeah. She is sassy. Sassy pants is what I'm calling her, but
We have
she
sassy pants over here.
oh, yeah. So, but I mean, so she's learning her voice. She's learning how to. That's some of the
Okay.
things they teach in the adult school, which is why I stay where we are. Her school, she can go to until she's 26 years old, and they teach life
Wow.
skills,
That's
independence,
awesome.
standing up for yourself, knowing your rights,
That's awesome.
work experience, all the things. They do volunteer work when she goes to her summer camp. I love that camp too. Oh, there's so many things that I love. That's why I do what I do for her.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
do anything for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would do anything for her.
Absolutely. Mama bear comes out. Here we go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of times where that's come out a lot, but in the years, but yeah.
Yeah.
Find me a man with carpenter skills. Actually, Fuzz, that is so funny. I just saw that. It was like a half hour ago. The person who is doing my estimates of the repairs and all the financial parts to submit to the person looking into the claim that I have with the inspector happens to be the person that my daughter and I were with. It's the only person she ever called dad.
Oh.
Um, we were together for about 6 or so years, or maybe even longer than that. But he was born a carpenter. But he is the one who has volunteered to help
Oh,
us.
that's so
And
nice.
I'm basically sending pictures back and forth and phone conversations about all the details so that he can write up the estimates of all the damages, and I have all the pictures and things that to go along with it to submit for their consideration, which could be lengthy, which
Yeah.
he did call me. This person did call me directly, which I was quite surprised. Didn't check my email, and he had said I responded to his email, and he said he would call me the next day. Well, he ended up calling me the same day, and he was very, very nice. So he just said, I told him all the different things. I said, I am not able to write. I will have to talk to text a document, and it takes a lot of time. It's like Google knows what you're talking about because they pull it up in ads, right?
Right.
But they can't figure out what I'm speaking into the phone and get it right. It's like, hey, I say Amazon and you're like whipping Amazon up there. And if I say that in a
Yeah.
text, it comes up something else.
Yeah,
It's
I tell you, we got all the weird stuff just appearing. I'm like,
yeah.
"Okay, I'm probably gonna have something about roaches in my stuff tomorrow."
Oh gosh. Oh my, you know what? That's it. I swear I have PTSD from that because
I
I've only dealt with them in the South. And that was, my barracks in Alabama we
Woo!
were spotless. You,
Okay.
you could eat off the floor, but we still had a cockroach run across when you're trying to shine your boots at 3 a.m. in the morning. You ain't slept all night. You have
You're
a
like,
cockroach
"What
run
the heck
across.
is that?"
I'm from Michigan. I'm not used to that. I'm
Well,
in
see, now
Michigan. We don't
I'm a Michigander, so I grew
have.
up
Okay.
in
Yeah.
Michigan. I
All
grew up in
right.
Jackson, went to
Okay.
college in Kalamazoo. My
Yeah, I love
family lives in
Kalamazoo.
Detroit.
Yeah.
But we, and it my mom and I, it was just my mom and I growing up,
Mhm.
and, so we lived in various apartments, but there was one I wanna say it was somewhere downtown Jackson, and it was, we had to have it bombed for roaches, so
Mhm.
we had to go to my
Yep.
grandma's house for that time, so I know that they're there. I never saw one, my mom did, and they
Well,
did
I
the
had them
whole
jump
apartment.
out at me in the car from the cabinet, and I would live in Georgia,
Oh,
and I opened up my kitchen cabinet, and I was thinking, "How are they in the cabinet? In my glass cabinet?" I had my hand on a glass. Well, that thing got broken across the room because I flung that thing so fast.
oh
Oh
my
my gosh.
gosh. Yeah, my
That's
mom
for
said
rain.
something about they were
Yes.
crawling across the plates or something, and I was
Oh.
little. I don't, I didn't see
They jump in
but
the shower with you. There was one in the oh my gosh. You wanna see somebody oh, I'm glad I did not run outside from the shower
Oh my
because
gosh.
we were out in the country-ish area. I mean, there was like snakes. I couldn't leave the dogs outside alone because there was snakes that were gonna eat them if they when they came out of the water from the swamps. But oh yeah, yeah. Oh my
Oh,
goodness. Oh, I can't even. I see anything that's a black spot and I
yeah.
instantly cringe. So I have this little thing now where it's like, it's like even if they take care of things there, it's like, am I really ever gonna feel comfortable to know?
You're probably always gonna be looking over your
Well,
shoulder
I
at
already have it
yourself.
signed up for them to
Mhm.
do all the things. They're coming out tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you. Please, God, make sure they're there
So
tomorrow.
the
It did
is
say
it
it.
an exterminator or is it like a pest
It is
control?
It's Terminex
Oh,
is the
Terminix,
company,
okay,
but
good.
it's a local company here in
Okay,
my city though that is actually sending the people out, but they work with them. But pretty much they're doing the initial one tomorrow. And he mentioned the worker himself who messaged me said, I'll be there at he'll
right.
call me when he's on his way, but 2 hour time frame. And he said, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. And then when he's done in there, because it's so toxic, I can't be in there for
Yeah,
X amount of time. And then when he's done, he said he will review what he did, exactly what he did,
okay,
and what he found. So I was
okay,
like, "Oh, sweet baby goodness." It's like,
okay.
"Don't be showing me one. Don't be handing me one or
No,
nothing."
no, no, I
So
wanna know that they're gone or they're gonna
no,
be
yeah.
gone. You said so
Uh,
is it a two-part visit? Is he gonna be coming back or
um, this is
okay,
the initial inside and outside.
okay,
And then I have 4 more coming up. So pretty much I have everything scheduled that they have my payment information. So
okay,
I chose to do like a monthly payment thing because it's either just because I don't know how my finances will be, unfortunately, being
right,
in 2
right.
places. One I
Mhm.
am in, one I cannot live in, but I have to
Yes,
pay for it. I have
yes.
utilities to pay for that. I have lot rent to pay for that, which is double the amount of my house payment, which is always insane because what they don't come over and do anything there. So yes, yeah, white bedding. Oh, I have dogs and a cat, so I don't have anything white anywhere because I have a little Yorkie who thinks she's a Great Dane, and then I have a mini Schnauzer who's not that mini, and she's a stinker too. So,
So you
but
have
yes,
exterminator so you got those people
tomorrow is the
coming.
exterminator,
Okay,
and I was very happy to hear confirmation from the person themselves as well as the manager of the place. And, having to go through and let him know why I was so upset. And
oh my gosh, yeah.
when I said, I want somebody to call me and find out why. I said, I am basically crawling here, trying to get this place started so that
Yeah,
I can actually get work started on
yeah,
it. Like the
yeah.
all the subflooring, there's a ton of water damage, and I've only gotten I managed to get the family room, which that was the heartbreaking one. It's the most favorite room. That's when I lost my poop on my video and I ugly cried
Yeah.
because that is the one place I bought a brand new couch. I mean, most of the furniture, I don't have very much furniture. I have flipped furniture. I found it very inexpensively and I redone it and I am using that. I've only bought a couch for the family room because there was a living room and a family room, which you
Mhm.
probably have seen me walking all around in there going crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
So don't write that down, Google, just so you
yeah,
know.
alright. Have you, so have you been I know some people in your comments mentioned something about Habitat for Humanity. Do you have,
Yeah, I
do you have anything like we have something called a restore here,
yeah,
and
I went there. I go there just because I like to.
I know, right?
Because
You never
I
know what
flip
you're gonna find.
furniture. That was
Yeah.
woodworking was one of the things I used to do when I was able to do more of it. Now I can if there's something I wanna do, I just take my time and I flip it. But, I do go in there, but it's not that there's not much there that I can do with it. I can
Mhm.
find a new bathtub, but I can't put it in myself. And plus the
Well,
plumbing in a
yeah,
mobile home is totally different than in a regular home. Everything is
yes,
cheap, inexpensive,
yeah,
falls apart easily. That's why there's active
yep,
leaks
yeah,
everywhere and water damage. Hence, bugs, plus a very dirty,
Right.
disgusting place. The amount of food stuff, ugh, I can't even, ugh, I don't even want to talk about
Ugh.
it. No, it
Are
was
there any
they were not
and
clean people. They were not
mhm.
clean people at all. The
No,
person, the daughter, the one person that lived there, ugh. But yeah, I'm glad my nose does not work for some parts of this
there's something, yeah.
cleanup part, but I still have 3 bedrooms to remove, carpeting from left.
Oh gosh.
But that is okay. I mean, I will do it and get it done. I'm not worried about it. I will.
Do you know of, or does anybody on the stream, or if you're this far in the replay, if you happen to be watching a replay, know, are there any organizations that would help you, you know, with all of that physical labor? Let's say you did find something like a tub or something and you need to put it in. Do
Um,
you know of any organizations that would help with that?
well, that's the hard part because if I do get my claim worked on by the inspector's insurance company, which is the ones that have contacted me
Okay.
to start a claim, the process of it, which could take, like, so I said, maybe I'll get to live in there next year because that's how long it could take.
Oh my gosh.
It just depends. Just because they approve a claim, then it's also the work
Yeah.
and the cost
Mhm.
of materials keeps going up and up. If
Right.
anybody else watches Alaska Prepper, listen to him because he's
Yes.
right.
He's right.
Because every single thing, I mean, even just the treatment I did for myself for the roaches and stuff that I had to purchase was hundreds of dollars just to get it so that I felt comfortable enough to, it was a, is a mobile home, is it's raised well, it sits on a slab, obviously on wheels and is tied down,
So it's raised up a little bit because the
but
one we lived in
it
one, it would
has,
have
yeah, it has
skirting
skirting
around it.
around it,
Yeah.
but the inspectors will not remove the underbelly, which is the part that covers all the under parts of it. So they will
Oh,
not do that because the inspections are 90% visual
just
inspections.
visual. So he
Right.
would have to see, or they would
Yeah,
the
it was
inspector would
they. There
have
was
to see, like, if there was something on the underbelly to be like, I think there might be a problem
right.
there, but
Well, I mean, he found
they
the
don't
leaking
actually.
pipe that he found the like leaking pipe that was spewing water out of it because it wasn't even connected, but he made no notation about possible water damage underneath my master bathroom sink. It's not in his report. Well, it
See,
is
I don't
totally
understand that one. Yeah.
uninhabitable. Uninhabitable. Yeah, uninhabitable. I can't even say that word.
Yeah, I
I
know, right?
cannot live in
I
it.
don't understand, because when you were showing that on the video
Mhm.
and the fire hazard and all that, like, how,
Oh, yeah, it's
like,
insane. Well, they didn't he didn't pull the drawer out all the way. I mean, he looked under the sink or whatever. He checked an
yeah.
area where they took out a skylight because skylights in mobile homes always
Yep,
leak. I despise
they
them.
do.
There's
Mhm.
2 of them still in the bathrooms. They're not leaking yet, but the one in the kitchen they removed, and I've had that happen before in a previous place, but it's been patched over. Well, he checked it with those little gauge to check if there was any active wet area to it or
Yeah,
moisture to
yeah.
it. But if he would have got up on one little step stool, one little step, and looked above the cabinets, he would have noticed that there's a hole in the ceiling in the corner that was on top of the cabinet area because they were ripped down. So now I can really see it. There's a
Yeah.
hole up
Oh my
there, big old
gosh.
hole,
Oh
and
my
I didn't.
gosh.
That's it's like, just smack me a little more. But,
No.
there's so many things. There's so many things that he missed, and I chose him because A, he's a veteran. He's like me. We are very meticulous and
Yeah,
detailed.
you guys, like, would watch out
Yes.
for each other, you know, and
Well, that
there's
and I trusted him because of my first experience using him,
mhm,
finding
mhm.
the things he did, which, that was one thing. But this one, he dropped the bomb. It was just like a nonchalant thing or what. I don't know if it was just a fun day because he was just making some money on an off day, or I don't know what it was. All I know is that he messed up. And
Were you not there when he did the inspection?
I was there,
Oh, were
but
you
I
there?
was
Okay,
not there the whole time. But
okay.
they could not get in the house until I got there.
Yeah,
So
okay,
they did the outside area inspection stuff until I got there.
okay.
But again, there's two of them, one's outside, doing something because they were checking the to make sure that the bathtub and this and all the water, all they had all the water running, and they had the dishwasher going and the washing machine and the
Oh,
dry.
yeah, I
They had
remember
all the
that.
stuff going,
Yeah.
but he didn't pull out the refrigerator. If he would have pulled it out a few inches, he would have found roaches.
Wow. I'm just trying to remember. It's been so long since we bought this house that I
Yeah.
was just trying to remember, like, I don't remember. Did they pull the appliances out? Or now I'm like, oh my
Hmm.
gosh.
Yeah. Now I'd be making sure. I will never ever not be there 100% of the time, every
Yeah.
single thing that they do, because I will
Yeah.
never trust anybody now. Unfortunately, for a while, I eventually I might, but I don't ever want to do it again. So it's just
Nene was asking if did you buy the property the trailer is sitting
no,
in
you
first?
cannot buy the property.
Oh,
It
okay.
is in a community, so it is
Oh,
owned by a community.
so are you like in this
I have to
question
rent
here?
it.
Are you
I
in
have
a
to rent
trailer
it.
park?
Well, we don't call them trailer parks. They're mobile home communities
Oh, sorry.
because this is well, my place is 1,750 square feet.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
So
because
it,
it looks like
yeah,
it's a big one. Is it the
yeah, yeah.
Hawaiian or
So
something?
it's not like a little. It's not something you'd see on. I don't even know what kind of shows they have them on, but no, it's not quite like that. I mean, but it doesn't mean that there's not some that look like whatever. But
Kaka?
yeah, besides that, most people are, you know, most people like to take care of their home because they're raising families, but then there are always the people that are annoying and are not, good citizens. And they're people that I would um, react first and ask questions later, is the only thing I'll say.
Oh gosh.
That's why, security systems, I'll have security systems everywhere I go. Always. And personal protection. Always. Sorry. I'm an
Always.
A2
Mhm.
loving brother. And
That's right, sister.
yep. Amen. I'm a sassy person too.
That's right.
How could he not feel it? He did not, nobody felt the floor for wetness anywhere. As far,
Was it weak anywhere? Like around like maybe the
there's
cabinets
creaky
or
noises, but it had a wood floor on half of the house,
okay.
which is 800 square feet of it. It was all
Yeah.
wood.
Mhm.
And the other half is all carpeting with padding under it. Hi there, McBean. How you doing over there? Second shift. Ooh, fun stuff. Um, no, they don't have to do anything. They don't really have to do a whole lot of stuff. The inspectors can kind of they know what they can get away with. If they're an inspector long enough, they
Well,
can
one
do
thing
what they know they have to do minimum to get
right.
by and cover their butts.
One thing I
So,
learned is that they stick to the checklist
yes, they do.
and then it's visual. So, like, they're
Yes,
really
generic,
aren't
very
gonna go
generic.
digging. Like, you
Mhm.
pulled up the wood floor, right? That's
Well, I didn't even have to pull the wood floor up to
well, no,
see
I
that.
meant, but you
I
were like
moved the refrigerator away from the wall is all
right.
I did.
So,
That's all I did.
was your intention to pull up the wood floor ever, or did you
No,
pull up the wood floor once you discovered the roaches?
I the only thing I knew I was doing was painting because of the lime green. Fuzz, don't even say anything where if you're still here,
No
stinker.
lime green.
I have nightmares about that color. Um, the only thing I knew was I was painting and there was various cosmetic things I was gonna change. There's light fixtures I knew I was changing.
Oh,
I knew there
sure,
was
yeah.
ceiling fans,
Yeah.
basic stuff, basic
Yep.
things, and cabinets. I had cabinet paint. If everything I was gonna change the countertops, paint the cabinets, and paint the flooring itself a different color. I knew everything I wanted to do. Nothing kills dang roaches. Sorry, Bobo.
I was
Trust
like,
me.
"Didn't they wanna
There
eat
was
this? This sounds like it's bread."
there was one I went over there the one day. I said it in my video that I went over there after I took a break for a while, and there was a stinking roach on the counter in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah, you said
That thing, it was like DEFCON 5 for me. I
Oh,
literally I
no.
sprayed it with some of the toxic crap I'm sure that it was in that thing. I sprayed it and then I smashed it. And I was like, "Sorry, but don't invent them and don't bring them over here anymore, God." I was like, "I can't handle it."
Oh, this is what I want. At
So,
least it's
yeah.
better than avocado green.
No, they're both anything green. I was in the army. I don't want anything well, I do wear some camo
Oh,
stuff. If it's
oh,
camo, it's
green.
different, but that's different. If I'm going out doing some pew pew and that's different. But no, I have some camo leggings on.
Oh, I have Halloween ones. I have, cobwebs and some spiders. That's what
Well,
my
I have
yard looks
some of
like.
those too out there. I haven't put those on yet because I haven't had time. I've been too busy.
Yeah.
Plus, always disinfecting myself all the time. So
Well, there's some things I want to tell everybody real quick. I know we've got some people that have come on and some have left and
I
stuff,
know.
but I do
I was
want
gonna say we could be here all day because
I know,
I'm a
right?
whatever.
But I do want to remind people ways that they can help is just by sharing this stream, sharing some of Michelle's videos. If you go to her channel and share some of those videos, get the word out. Um, Share the Give Send Go, and I'll just do this again. The link is down in the bottom of in the description box of this video, so it's there. You just you can share. You go to the website, and you can share from here even. You can give prayer requests, you can do
Yes.
donations,
Thank you.
and then we'll be putting updates. I put 2 updates in here from Michelle's videos that she's posted, like where the nightmare started, and then,
Oh,
that kind of stuff, some updates. So we'll be posting
yeah.
those there. Um, and then what else? Oh, if there are TV stations, I know that Michelle and I kind of chatted a little bit about it, but
Yeah.
whoops, sorry, I'm
I
knocking my stuff
actually
over.
I actually had went back into the
Did
videos that I
you?
had posted. I tagged the 3 main ones and my local Rochester TV station and the Ellen Show. I love Ellen DeGeneres,
Oh
but
my
I
gosh.
tagged them
Okay.
in my videos in the description area or whatever.
Okay, I didn't see
But
that.
it doesn't
Okay.
mean that, I haven't emailed them directly or anything like that. I just haven't had time. Um, if I wanna stay up for more days straight, which I really don't anymore. Um, but yes, I can probably send them something, but I just right now, I'm just trying
Well, I mean,
to
I don't if there's
get
something I can do, I will try to help. I know I'm out here in Virginia, but my heart's in Michigan.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's just hard to and
Mhm.
no, it's not just what somebody asked, "Is the refrigerator the only place I saw them?" No, it is not, and they were alive. Um, Linda.
You found larva, or did you say you found larva under that
The
rug that
larva
you
is what
bought?
I found in the other half of the house that I thought might be safe,
Oh,
where all the carpeting is getting ripped out now. That is where I had all the things are stored over there, and it was on a paint can that for I was gonna be painting my bathroom, my master bath cabinets until I found out there's no reason to keep painting them anymore. But there was larva on top of it inside of a bag in the room on the other side, which is a family room, aka the fun game room
yeah.
that's the one thing for my daughter to look forward to
Mm.
for us as a family, having a big old couch and 2 sticky little dogs and her and I and her whooping my butt. Playing. Yeah,
Isn't diatomaceous earth effective on hard shell insects? That I don't know.
and gardening usually only, but it does not kill off roaches or anything like
That's why they
similar.
say, if y'all watch Wall-E, that Disney movie Wall-E, the cockroach was still alive after all of that, and it was in the
Mhm,
Twinkie, and Twinkies survived nuclear
mhm,
holocaust too. So just
mhm,
saying.
mhm.
You
Roaches
know,
are very, very difficult to kill.
they are. They
Well,
are.
because they breed extremely fast,
Yeah.
so they could be dying and leaving larvae behind,
Mhm.
no matter what you do, and
Yeah.
that's
Blah.
just if you do not I mean, and the things that they use to treat it I mean, it's toxic, so it's more toxic stuff that has to be used in
Yeah.
there, and I'm not all about that, so, I mean, obviously, I'm a couple classes away from my ND, like you, but I just have never had the time to do it again, so it's been years, I mean, but, yeah,
Yeah,
it is what it is.
if we share, if we share, okay, we're sharing all these things. We share some of your videos. If you have a community tab on your YouTube channel,
Yep, I do.
you can share this, or anybody else. You could share the stream. You could share the Give Send Go information, which I have that posted on my community tab. You can just copy
Yeah,
and
I
paste it.
shared it with Facebook as well, but
Good.
I'm not on there as much as what I used to.
Oh, I'm not either, and I feel
I
bad
had
because I've been on there for months, and all of a sudden I come on and post this thing and say, "Here, help my
yeah,
friend."
well, that's me
They're
as
like, "Who
well.
are you?"
I know it's hard because I had my business page on there, and then I also have
Yeah.
one for my daughter. I also have one for my natural health and nutrition one, and my personal one. But I just don't. I just don't have the time to
I
do all the
haven't felt
things.
like it since I think it's been like a year, a little over a year that I just haven't even been on it and haven't really
Yeah.
interacted.
Yeah, since the
And I
My
don't miss
Sharona.
it, but I miss the people that don't wanna leave Facebook or anything, and they update everything of their life on Facebook, and I'm like, "Wow, so much has happened, and I'm missing
Yeah.
everything," you know, and
No, yeah, I
but I
d
just
I
wanna
don't
be
really.
on it. I
Yeah,
enjoy
well, it
YouTube
was hard.
better.
I mean, I've been here for almost 5 years, but I have no memory for about 2.5 to 3 years of 5
Okay.
because of all the things and the things that happened in brain injuries, surgeries, and
Yeah.
stuff like that, so
Yeah.
I don't
Wow.
remember a lot of the beginning part of being here, so
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, same
well,
thing,
so it
it's
is
happened
for a
before. Wouldn't be
change.
the first
Okay.
time. Been through
Will it
more.
will it come back? Like, if you were to try to
No. Nope,
no,
no,
okay.
I've this was not the first brain injury I've ever had,
Okay.
that's a whole 'nother story.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah,
Watch
another
Gary and Gray Man live, we might learn a little more. So
oh,
oh, there's tons of stuff. Yeah, no, I've been on the list for this person right here needs all the challenges that she can get.
oh gosh.
See,
So
we'll
the
see how.
people are talking about, okay, so get food grade is it food grade diatomaceous
Yeah, it
earth?
doesn't matter. I'm not doing anything other than the exterminators.
Okay,
I
yeah.
appreciate all the recommendations. I am not dealing with them. I cannot deal with them. I have to go by what is recommended to try and deal with the inspectors
Oh, right, okay, okay.
potential
Mhm,
claim. I have to do
mhm,
what they are asking me to do, which is a number one for the health of anybody in the area that lives around there. I
mhm,
have to use a licensed and insured exterminator because
okay.
it is so severe. I also have to bring in a mold moderator
Yes,
person,
yes.
and that is another thing that is an expense for me. If I can find one, I got to find one first.
Yeah.
It might take that could take me months to get one because the people I knew that worked for one, they are no longer in business. The My Sharona knocked out a lot of the small businesses in my area.
They did. Michigan was yeah,
Oh,
Michigan.
we got the My Sharona shut down 5.0.
Yeah,
That's all I could come up with.
it was between your governor and my governor for a long
Yeah,
time.
well,
We got a
yeah,
new
she has a
governor
very
now, so
bad nickname. She has a very bad nickname.
yes, she
Nobody,
does.
yes, you know the
I
name.
was
If you know about Michigan, you know her nickname. Yep.
I
Mhm.
do, and I was actually visiting my mom and stepdad when she was campaigning for governor, you know,
Mhm.
and campaign slogan was "Fix the damn roads," you know, and I'm
Uh-huh.
like, "That's all you got?
Yeah,
That's your
and they ain't
campaign?"
fixed yet.
And they're not fixed. I know. It's like
They'll
for
never be
me,
fixed.
my I
Michigan has
joke
2
with my mom
seasons.
that w
We have summer no, we have winter and construction season.
yeah,
That's
that's
it.
right. It's what I said.
You know it, you know it, you
It's
know it.
construction
Yes.
season still.
We know. Anybody in Michigan here knows. We know.
So, so you've got all right.
East Hey, Jim, East Tennessee prepper. Thank you.
Wait, who's
Hi. How
that?
you
No,
doing?
hey, East Tennessee.
Thanks for
Good to
stopping
see
in.
these people I'm just
He's so
starting to
sweet.
see
I know.
right now.
I love people. I like real people. I love down to earth people.
Oh, yeah, so Lori has the mold inspectors down there in Florida.
Mhm.
There's having
Yeah.
issues because of hurricane. Mhm.
Yep, and that's it, and this thing is the same. I mean, not only do I have this cockroach thing, which they produce toxins, very bad
Yes.
things,
Yes.
which if you know all the things that they produce, you that's why I can't breathe, and I'm gonna be out of breath for a while after I get off here, but, yeah,
Oh,
so that is, I took medicine. I do all the things before I go there and when I get out of there, and I decontaminate and everything, but it's once even when they're dying off or whatever they're doing, it's still toxic in there. So again, it's still going to take time for me to continue doing anything else. But yes, I will be able to get estimates. Yes, I am submitting all the things. And if there's anything, I mean, my homeowner's insurance, of course, there's a clause on every homeowner's policy. They will not cover damage due to infestations or animal feces, urine damage, stuff like that. If it's flooding or water damage when I had it, this is old. It's not new. Well, some of it is still active in new leaks, but it's
yeah.
not enough for me to file a claim on my homeowner's insurance policy that I just started on a house I can't live in.
Yeah.
So it's basically it's going back to the person who inspected it who did not find the existing issues. So, I mean, that company could come back and say, "We will cover XYZ, but not XYZ." I don't really know until and
Okay.
it could be next year. It could be longer than that. I don't know. I'll
Well,
just see how it goes.
we're gonna keep the campaign open, and we'll just keep updates, on
Yeah.
that as we go. I have
It's just hard just to, I mean,
Mhm.
I worked so hard to be debt free, and now I actually have had to have some debt, and
Yeah,
I will not be able
yeah,
to continue doing anything else on the home at all because
yeah,
I have used all the extra I saved I put a lot of money down, and I also kept a lot of money aside for things I knew and expected that I needed to do, which was various appliances. And I didn't buy all new appliances. I have, previously loved appliances that I'm somebody who likes to save money. You know it. If you know
I
me, you know
know.
me.
Yeah,
So, I there's only a couple things I bought new and I did not pay a ton of money for them. I get discounts and deals and I'm a coupon person, so I save the most money possible on everything.
yep, yep.
All that happened has taken every penny that I had left and then some because now I have people to pay. The patch in the ceiling, there is a patch, but there is a now that the cabinets are down, if you see a picture with the cabinets, there's a where the it's next to where the skylight is. It's like if you're looking at the screen, it'd be off to the left a little bit. They did not patch fully an area, and there's a big old hole there. It's like the size of a half dollar or bigger that is wide open. So, but there is patches and stuff, and the roof does need to be replaced. That was my sinking fund that I've had to stop putting money in because I plan to put a metal roof on it next spring because
Oh
they
gosh,
did patchwork
yeah.
on one half of it, and it's an 8 to 10-year-old roof that has a ton of water damage. So I was already prepared for that part, but I wasn't prepared for all the other stuff that came up. So, did he comment on what? What part, B. Walker? Did he comment on what? The roof, the
I'm
hole in it?
thinking it's the
Oh,
roof.
the roof, yes, the roof was detailed. The hole above the cabinets, no, he did not get on the step stool, and he did not get on his knees. 2 things he shoulda did. If he would have got on his knees, moved the fridge, if he would have got on a step stool and looked up, he would have found all the things. But he did not. Obviously, he's not that. Yeah, I had lots of choice words for him.
Yeah.
I told him all the choice words. Yeah, there is roof. There's roof patches up there. They're
Yeah.
not leaking per se. They do need to be resealed because they've done patchy work to it. They've done the basic lame non not the right kind of
Oh
maintenance that you
gosh.
do on a home. They
Yeah.
do the rigged up whatever stuff, which is not the way I like to do things because I like things to be done properly,
No, when
which
it
is
comes to your home, the place that live
well,
and,
some
you
people
know
might not they might not mind, living in that kind of
I know.
filth that way and not I always wondered why they didn't have a ton of food in the house. In the refrigerator, they didn't have a ton of food in there anywhere.
Hmm.
Now I know.
Kinda makes you wonder, yep.
Well, the refrigerator, I could not that was the one appliance I planned to keep because it seemed like it was in good shape. That's infested with roaches. So no, it is not. It's gone. So, yeah.
Oh,
So there's a whole lot of things, and
I'm
it's
not
just
sure, we may have already discussed this earlier, but I don't know, it's about the breach of contract. Don't know.
no lawyer will take a case against them because they are licensed and insured. I have to file a claim against him, which I did. I contacted the corporate and himself, and rather than him get released from his corporate association with his company, he voluntarily submitted some information, but that does not mean that I'm going to get what I need to live in this home.
Yeah.
I may only get certain bits and pieces, whatever the person finds acceptable or whatever it is, whatever I try to prove. I can't even come up with the
Water
words.
damage, though, I mean,
But
every time you keep bringing that up, it's like,
yeah,
"Geez, he
but
should
I
have
mean,
caught that."
again, It's all about what is
Yeah,
in his contract that I
yeah,
signed, which you know all the fine print. If y'all don't know the fine print, make sure you know what the fine print is because
yeah,
otherwise you're the SOL little words there.
yes.
That's what happens.
Mhm.
But the inspector himself, he, he messaged me and emailed me because I was not accepting his calls, and he wondered why. And I said, well, actually, because you refused to do what I asked in the first place, I will no longer just talk on a phone conversation. It'll be via email or text messages only for records. So that means I have no trust in you.
So there's no legal
Legal
aid
aid,
that you
no.
need
Legal
to
aid, no.
yep,
No, no. It's not, this is way above and beyond small claims court in any way,
yeah,
shape, or form.
yeah.
This is up to and possibly exceeding the purchase price of my home,
Gosh.
which
Mm.
is a lot.
I'm with you, Katie, like, like, ever
You have
wanting
to
to
have,
buy
yeah.
anything, like, we have a mobile home community. They have
Mhm.
brand new mobile homes for sale, but I've driven around in the
Oh,
community and
they're nice. They're nice for
yeah.
125, $130,000, yes.
Well, here
But when,
cost of living's a little bit less here in Virginia, so we've got
oh,
some that the brand new one, it was a three-bedroom, and it was a three-bedroom, two-bath, and it was 89.
how
So,
many square, I was gonna say,
I can't
for a
remember.
size home like I have, a 1,750
Yeah,
square
you
foot
have a
home
big one.
with a extremely large kitchen, dining room, family room, living room, entryway,
Yeah,
deck,
you've got one is that's
all the
nice.
things, two, three
Mhm.
bedrooms, two bathrooms, all that stuff. To get one like that here in Michigan is about 145, $150,000 brand new. And that's not it. That's just for the mobile home itself, not the plot
Yeah,
of
the plot.
cement
Mhm.
with some fake grass that you have to maintain and you have to pay $800 a month for, pretty much.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
basically, it would have been easier for me to afford a home, a house that I lost out on than this. It's costing me more,
Oh, yeah, this is
which is ridiculous. I mean, yes, it could be paid off really quickly. If I wanted to, it could be paid off, quickly. Not now because they've drained me of all my savings.
mhm.
So that's what's frustrating here for me is that I worked so hard to make sure that, you know, I did the best I could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, mine is 1998, not a 1980.
Wow.
So yeah, this is a 98, and but again, the yard is trashed, the shed is trashed, and the home is trashed, obviously. So for the bargain price of whatever, I basically have to spend double if I want to restore this to livable conditions at all.
Yeah. Only the Hulk was real and could do some Hulk
Yeah.
smash and fix these problems.
It's called Michelle was really, really, really ticked off, and I had a hammer and a crowbar, and, yeah, let's just say that was, I woke up the neighbors for a couple days straight.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I was there 24 hours for a couple days. I would not leave there until all that, because the roaches were in between. There was linoleum underneath the wood floor,
Right, right.
and there was so underneath all the wood flooring, 800 square feet of the house was wood flooring that I ripped up. And that's why I was desperate for someone to come and pick up the stuff because it was just piling up everywhere outside of
Yeah,
this crappy
yeah,
home I couldn't live in. And it caused me even more, anxiety issues with that and stuff. So, but anyhow, yeah. So it's a nightmare. So I can recommend to make sure you are 199% present every step that your inspector takes, and make sure they have a list of every single detail you want proof of when you have an inspection done. I learned that lesson this time because I didn't have a specific list.
okay.
Whereas, when it's a home, it's totally different because you have to have, it was supposed to be VA. You have to have
Yeah.
everything VA approved, XYZ. They know all the ins and outs. When it's a mobile home, they know they're sold as is. They know.
Wow, wow.
So make sure if you buy any kind of thing, if you buy a condo, it's the same thing. Same thing. A condo,
Mhm,
you can
mhm.
consider that like moving into a mobile home park
We have
because same thing.
We have, when we buying houses in Virginia, we got, termite inspections are really big, so we have to have
Mhm,
those, and then in our very first home in Southern Virginia, we had to have, we ended up getting the little termite
mhm.
treatments and all that kinda stuff, because we had neighbors that had them, and so then we had it. We didn't
Right.
have termites, but we went ahead and did it. Um,
Mhm.
but, they're really big down here, so, yeah, I haven't seen any cockroaches, but termites
Yeah,
are
well, I mean, that's the thing as well because, I mean, it's not just I mean, there's mega spiders and all the other stuff in
Mhm,
there,
and we
which
have ants around
yeah,
in our
all those
neighborhood
things,
too.
all
Oh
these
gosh. Yeah.
yucky bugs. I can't stand bugs. Bugs
No.
drive and they actually cause my daughter lots of anxiety
Oh,
issues with
yes.
bugs too. So that is another major
Oh.
thing right there.
Mhm.
So now I know that I have to have this service done all year, every year for the rest of my life if we live
Oh,
there,
yes.
which actually, I'm like ready to put it for sale after my year is up on my lease. But where am I going to go? My
Right.
daughter still has all the years. I still need a place to live. We
Yeah.
still need a home. But
Yeah.
this was ideal because the amount of space and we all had our own space. We had our own bathrooms for us ladies and
Yeah.
it's in her district and she doesn't have to leave where she's comfortable. And
Right.
that's why I
And
do
that's
what
good
I've
for
done.
her.
I
Mhm.
do what I do for her. If it wasn't
Mhm.
for her, I'd be in Hawaii by now. I'd be
Seriously.
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh gosh.
I would move anywhere else. I mean, if I knew other states that had programs like Michigan does, I would have
Mhm.
moved, but they don't.
Okay.
And they do not have the same this is the county I left a home for. I had a house in Shelby Township in
Mhm.
Michigan, which is in a
Mhm.
different county, basically a few miles from where I live. One side of the street is my district, the other side is
Yeah.
another county. You
Yeah.
know how that goes.
Yeah.
So I left that county. I had a house I left and moved to this city for her for the services when she was less than 2 years old.
Wow.
Because that was after a car accident we had a very, very bad car accident. She was only 8 months old. And I had a severe brain injury, and I don't remember 3 years after that. So,
Oh.
and then I woke up to her being pretty much a vegetable.
Oh.
So that's the beginning story, but that's
Mhm.
way too long. That's like 15 million hours of stuff. We could be sassy on here for like ever. But
We sure
anyhow, yeah,
got but you're right, yeah. Well, I'm
we've
gonna
been through a lot. So, but I mean, it's just it is what it is. But I'm not one that I don't give up on things easily. But I really wish that I would have been able to count on the person that
Yeah.
I paid job
Yeah.
because I if even the day that I went there, the morning before I signed the papers, again,
You still there? You froze
for
up a little bit. I hear you a little
the
bit. There you go.
I assumed he did. I never but he did something again unless I see it done in front of me.
Yeah.
That's a bad
Yeah,
way to yeah, that's hard for
it's a betrayal kinda, and because
yeah,
you put your trust, I mean,
yeah,
to some degree, you put your trust in them
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm losing your I think you're breaking up, and I'm not sure if you're losing internet or not. Let's see. Yeah, you kinda froze there. I'm gonna give you a second to see if you can come back. And while we're waiting to see if your internet comes back, just want to remind everybody again about the Give, Send, Go campaign that is up and running. The link is down in the description box. And also go to Michelle's YouTube channel. And she has her videos up there where she's, updating and describing and detailing everything that's been going on and what she's been dealing with. And so, we're going to go ahead and keep putting updates um, on the campaign, as we go along and stuff. And but we're just going to keep it up and running, and
Can you see me now? Can you see me now?
says we're done.
I was like, I can't tell if you can see me or not, but if you can, I'm
Yep,
here.
we can see you.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah,
I
you
just
froze for
I
a
just
second. It looked like my little signal thing for you on my screen was like
okay.
it was like X, and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, yeah, I'm still here. So, but yes, we can be done talking because it's like an hour and 45 minutes now.
Yeah, so
We've
we'll
been here all night.
we'll go ahead and end it, and I just wanted to be able to let you
Yeah.
get your story out, let get help clear up some of the questions that we all had, especially like the inspector or being able to,
Yeah.
go back. But I know we're gonna be praying for you, and
Thank you.
just keep us posted. We appreciate your videos and how I know I do. I appreciate how you're being so open and just, honest and actually kind of letting us help you even though it's through video and comments and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Well, I appreciate it. I'm not one that, I'm the one that likes to give to other people and do stuff for others. But so
yeah.
I don't like being in the position of depending on someone else because
Mhm.
I've depended on taking care of things myself my
Yep,
whole
I get
life,
it. Mhm.
as well as taking care of my daughter her whole life
Yep.
myself as well. So,
Yep, I get that. Totally get
it's hard
that.
to
So
do, but I appreciate
mhm.
everybody and I love everybody. Yep. And
Yep.
I appreciate all the prayers and well wishes and all the things that y'all are doing, especially you, Sassy. Thank you for setting everything up. And yeah, I
Yep.
appreciate it. And if people are able to, I understand this is a very difficult time for everyone. And, you know, that is just, that's why I took my break today so I could
Yeah,
focus on other people
that's
because
good.
I
Mhm.
know that whatever I have going on, someone else has it way worse than me. So
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well, we
just
love you. I know I can
oh
speak
yeah.
on behalf of all the people that were here tonight anyway, that we love you and we'll be
Yeah,
praying for you and
thanks.
your daughter. And so we'll do this again. Maybe we're gonna get some good news to talk about. So
I'm like I said, I might not sleep. I'm so excited about seeing an exterminator tomorrow.
that's awesome. Well, we're excited with you.
That's the
So
craziest thing. I've never had one before, so I'm like, "Hey, this is like a present. This is like
I
Christmas
know, right?
morning."
This is gonna be good
So
stuff.
so
Great
I
things are
hope
gonna
to
happen.
have good information sometime
Mhm.
soon. But in the meantime, I will share any other good things and activities or deals and stuff that I have that I haven't posted because I've been
Yeah,
busy
that's
cleaning
right.
out some roaches. But otherwise, I love y'all. God bless you all. Thank you
Love
so
you
much.
too. And all right, we'll talk body slam hug from Bee Walker. So on that note, we will end the stream and we will catch you all in the next video.
Yeah. Take care. Bye
Bye,
bye.
everybody.